Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over this fun Mortar deck, and it's pretty weird, I guess. It's different because you're using the Skeleton King and using bait as an element, along with the Mortar as a win condition, so you kind of have two win cons. You have the Miner, and of course, Spear Goblins, Bats. Lots of little quick pressure pushes you can do, and also, of course, the Skeleton King conversion to make it kind of a graveyard, and also the Mortars. Three different kind of ways to win the game. This deck has a lot of ways to win. It's very strong. It's one of the top Mortar decks in the game right now. Let's get right into it, guys. Alright guys, let's get started. So usually, with Mortar, you sort of want to play passive, but here I'm just going to go Miner Bats. Sort of, if they're playing a deck that you need a building for, like let's say they have a Hog Rider or something, you kind of want to hold your Mortar for the most part, because you can actually use it as a defense while attacking the tower as well. But here we'll just go for a Skeleton King. This is a bit of a different style of Mortar deck. Okay, so here I actually probably need to Fireball this. I don't really want to allow the Ice Wizard to kill my Skeleton Army when I do play it. I think I will play my Skeleton Army here. Let's see a reason why not to. We'll get some value here. Okay, sure, great. Use your Tornado. Not too big of a deal for me. I'm actually going to pop my ability here just because my King's crossing. We'll see if he has the ability to take this out. But I do have a lot of skeletons for me here. We forced the log out for 2 elixir. That's fine. And now that he's used his log, I'm going to go ahead and punish with my Miner and my Spear Goblins. I could go Miner Bats, but in this case, we want to go for Miner Spear Goblins because we just want to force him to use something other than a log. Obviously, log would not work too well against Bats. Let's go Bats here. We'll use that against the Ice Golem and the Ice Wizard. We should be able to take all that out very easily. And okay, I'm starting to kind of map out what my opponent's running. Of course, Mortar is very good. Giant Skeleton's the one major threat I've seen so far, and I do have a pretty solid lead on damage so far at this point. So let's just get started with... okay, let's just go for King. I could, of course, play Mortar into that, but I'll just wait. I don't really need to be too aggressive yet. I'm expecting he will log or Tornado or something. He does have both cards, which is a bit annoying. But if he Tornadoes, then my Bats have an opening, because, of course, Tornado will kill the Bats. And, okay, Lightning is, wow, very aggressive. Okay, Lightning and... okay, let's go Mortar high. Getting an extra defense down in case. And, okay, I'm also going to go for Miner. And then let's go Spear Goblins trying to take out the Ice Golem quicker to get my Mortar to lock the tower. That'd be nice if that could happen. Okay, let's go Bats. After that locks the Mortar, which is nice. Now we can go for King, and we should be just fine. He does do a nice job defending that with Tornado, so I have to wait for more damage, which is nice. He played this very well. I think I'm just going to go for another Mortar, though, and it can be kind of hard to defend this, actually. I have my King already defending. He might Lightning. Oh, okay, I was going to say he might Lightning, and he does it immediately fine. So maybe I made a little bit of a misplay there, but I can still go for Ice Gold. I can still go for Miner. And okay, I do have a nice push here. Let's still go for this. He uses Delivery, too. This guy's got lots of spells. Yikes, that's a huge number of spells. I'm going to go for another Mortar. I'm expecting an Ice Wizard that I can Fireball, maybe. Oh, he has Ice Golem again. Sure, that's fine, too. Just use our Mortar again. Let's go Spear Goblins. See if we can get him to play a log. Oh, he actually doesn't log. I was expecting definitely for a log, but okay, I can go here. Let's go Miner. And let's go Mortar again. I'm expecting, okay, Tornado's a bit aggressive. Now I'm going to go Bats. Try to be as aggressive as possible. Let's also go for my King ability. I want to force out some spells here if I can. And I do have a nice push. See, like my Miner got some good damage. Let's go for another Miner. Again, being aggressive when I can. And okay, I'm actually going to log this. We'll hit the tower and also go for this Fireball on the Ice Wizard. And the Mortar is still helping out against this Ice Golem, which is nice. I'm not too concerned about this right now. I still think we have a pretty good chance of winning this. Let's go here. I want to let the Giant Skeleton get close and then, of course, go for a... oh, okay, sure. So he wants to go for that. Tornado works again. But the problem is, as soon as you play your Tornado, I just go King and Bats. And, okay, you can't actually break through because I'm going Miner. And he kind of has to play Ice Golem here to block, but I'm still getting damage after Skeletons. Wow, interesting Ice Golem, forcing him to play the Ice Wizard like that. He could have just blocked the Bats with Ice Golem, but he went for the other way. And I'll just take it by Fireball, and okay, this game's going to be a pretty easy win. We're just going to go for the Spell Cycle and for the Miner chip, and he's got a lot of solid answers to the Mortar. And we're still making this work pretty nicely. Let's just go for a King. And I could go Bats. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Skeleton Army now. He will probably play. Yeah, he was gonna say he'll probably play something like that. Like, we'll go Bats here. If he tries Tornado now, I can just Miner. There's lots of ways for me to win in this hand. He's gonna Ice Wizard. Let's Fireball it. Yeah, take that off the board. Oh wow, it moved just slightly. Now I actually need to go for the Spear Goblins, trying to take out the Ice Wizard, and we'll also log. Trying to get back to my next Miner, and this will win the game easily, just Miner, and of course, oh, Mortar's going to take care of it for me. What a deck, guys. It just works so well. There's so much synergy here. Alright, guys, let's go to the next game against Miner is God. Okay. Or Miner God. Oh, let's just go King. I mean, it's not a bad play to start with. It is useful, but I'm going to go ahead and cycle it. I might even go Skeleton Army opposite lane, and okay. So we're playing against a king of his own. Let's go here, and of course, skeleton army as a push. And of course, if you take my skeleton army out, I have a nice big graveyard over here I can use. I actually has Valk too. Let's go Spear Goblins. He might use his ability. I'm not too concerned about it though. Like I can just go bats here, and okay, I'll just probably miner this. Oh wow. Okay, let's miner, and we'll go log. Probably important to do that. If he uses his king ability, I can just let the miner take care of it. Like the miner will be just fine. I don't need to play anything else. And okay, now I'm a little bit more aware of what we're facing. It is going to be Skeleton King Graveyard. I probably should have played a Skeleton King there. Let's just go for a Mortar. We don't take a ton of damage. We did take a significant amount, but not so much that it's a huge problem. Let's go Skeleton Army. We'll force him to play something, some spell or something like that. Gets the Valkyrie down. Nice. He's blocking that. Okay, so I need to try to find a way through the Valkyrie. His Valkyrie kind of counters me very well. Like, he has lots of good answers with the Valkyrie. And, of course, if I miner with my bats, okay, he also has arrows, so there's lots of good ways for him to defend against me. Let's go Spear Goblins, trying to make a push. I can allow some chip on the right side because that's where my damage is. And, of course, he also has a lot of damage over here. So, actually, this game's getting kind of close now, which is a good spot for me to be in. If he goes for a Graveyard, I will, of course, just log or Skarmy. Both plays work just fine. Let's go for the King, though. That's a pretty significantly better first play. That's generally what you want to do against the King. He also has a Valkyrie, so I probably need to be very, very careful using my ability in this game. Of course, he could just get a whole bunch of value out of that, because it would just take the whole thing out. Let's go Skarmy. If he plays the spell, I'll just go Bats or something like that. Should be fine. But yeah. I need to find something to cycle. I might even just log. But if I log, then the Graveyard's a thing. So I guess we'll just go Bats and Miner. I don't see a reason why not to play this. I mean, okay, great. That's an opportunity to Fireball if I've ever seen one. Might as well take that action, right? It'd be crazy not to. And some bad chip's going to be coming into my favor. That's awesome. Let's go for a Mortar on defense. It's very solid. And okay, if he gets a nice push, I can just go King on defense. There's lots of ways for me to defend in the end here. Use Spear Goblins to block in. Okay, also Bats. This is a great arrows opportunity. I kind of gave this away. Maybe a mistake. I'll go for my King. And I'll also go for Skeleton Army. I probably want to Fireball this too, just in general. It's just a good play to do that. And I also probably want to use my log here because he spent his Fireball on me. So we actually get a lot of value out of that. And okay, I'm actually doing very well here. Let's go Miner, Bats. I might even play my Mortar here. In fact, this looks really good to me. If he uses his ability or some kind of... Okay, so he goes arrows, but here I just have my King ability, which should get some good value. He just had the Valk though, which is kind of annoying. Okay, let's just go Spear Goblins in the back. I don't need to be too concerned at this point. We do have some solid damage. And, okay, maybe I can make this work. Let's go Fireball for the Inferno. Stop as much of that as I can. Also, Bats are going to be kind of important here. Let's go King inside the Graveyard, Miner to block. And if he uses his ability, I just go Spear Goblins and I can also log on defense like I did before, which should be just fine to defend this push. And, okay, I'm just going to go for a Mortar. This looks like a great spot to Mortar. I already have my King down. My abilities are there. Nice damage on the Mortar, though. Wow, I'm actually impressed. The skeletons that survived that, I did way more damage than I thought they would, and he got a really nice push there. Let's go for my ability this time. He has played the Valk already, but I'm ready to try to make some attacks go through. Let's just go for a Fireball. We hit a lot of stuff here, which is nice. And okay, I'm just going to probably play Bats, and I'm expecting... Okay, I need to try to cycle back to my yeah, I need to go here. This is very important. I also probably need to get my King down, also probably critical. Bats are going to need to come down. I did make a mistake. I gave my log away, and that's probably going to cost me the match. That one mistake. And I do want to show this game to you guys because, I mean, of course, there were a lot of good plays there, and it's a really hard matchup to win. Okay, here we go, into the next game, guys. So I did make a mistake there. I shouldn't have given away so much damage on my by logging on offense. I should have just held my log for the defense there. Let's just go for Miner Bats like I did in the first game. That deck is probably the best deck in the game right now. If not Queen Pigs, that deck with Skeleton King Zabbies is super powerful. Probably the best deck in the game as of right now. It's dominating. It's been played more than Queen Pigs, which tells you how strong it is. It's being played more than that crazy deck. I'm just going to go Spear Goblins here. And okay, I'm getting some good value. He does Quake, but he goes right into my Skeleton, so that's not really the best move for him. I think I'm just fine. I can just even Miner, and we should be fine. But I do want to show you guys how to play that, because if y'all are going to play this deck, you're going to be running up against that deck all the time. Let's use our Skarmy and Miner, and also use my King ability if I can get to it in time. If I can't, that's okay. I did want to make sure to get as much of a push down as we can, and of course, we also get some good Miner chip here, so we're in a good spot still. Not too concerned about this as of yet. I can even go for like a Mortar or something. Should be just fine. I might just go Bats, though. Bats probably better. I don't want to take any damage, and I don't want to Mortar too early. I'm expecting him to play something like Queen or something in the back. I think he's playing the classic Queen Pigs deck, which could be annoying. Okay, that will die. I don't want to go mortar because I need it for pigs on defense, which is why, like right here, this is where you want to be placing those mortars. The mortar is actually hitting the tower right now, unless he plays the cannon, which he does. But now I have miner, and now you're forced to play your log. There we go, and now I have bats, and okay, you have to play your delivery. So this gets very uncomfortable very quickly. You have to just track which spells are still available. Okay, he actually wants to go Fire Spirit. That works, but he lost it. And okay, I can still play, like, if I go Spear Goblins right now, he has to log it. He probably has to delivery or just block with some other troop. He goes pigs, I'll just fireball that. Not too concerned about pigs. I have a lot of good counters to pigs in this deck. We have Skarmory, we have Skeleton King, and we also have the Fireball itself. And okay, I know you don't have any pigs. I feel very confident going for my Mortar. I don't really have to be concerned about pigs right now. Quake's great. Interesting. Let's go for just this. Queen is okay. Like, again, it's fine, but you already Earthquaked me, so you probably didn't need to do that. Let's go Bats. Uses invisibility. Okay, we need to go Skeleton Army, trying to bait out as much of the shots from the Queen as possible to save the King. If the King stays alive for longer, I'm doing much better. Let's go for a log, hit the Skeletons, and also go for a Mortar. Oh, I almost got the ability off, but not quite. Now I have to go Bats. Again, he played that very well. Earthquake Cycle's coming in. Let's go for a Fireball on defense. Probably need to play this anyway. Will just help me stop a lot of the damage here. And, okay, I don't even know. I guess I could just go Miner and Spear Goblins, but he's going to log, and maybe I'm not breaking through there. This is a hard matchup, too. These two decks that we faced in the last two games are the strongest decks inside of Clash Royale right now. Let's just go Miner. Mortar. I still want to play King. I would like to try to get a shorter cycle and cycle some Fireballs into the tower. That might be the move. Now that my King's down, my cycle is actually shorter because of the way Clash works with the champions. Let's go for a log here. Hit the Queen and knock it back a little bit. Spear Goblins is clutch here too. Okay, that's actually a good choice to use the Queen like that. But it does die, so another good interaction for me. And oh, again, I barely missed my chance of going for the ability. But I did get some good damage there again. If he tries to go for... Okay, we'll take the Fireball just like before. If he tries to go for Pigs, of course, we always are going to be taking that Fireball. It's what you kind of have to do with this deck. Interesting Quake, not hitting anything. Let's go for the Mortar now. I'm expecting a Queen. Let's go King in front, trying to defend it. Miner to the tower. There's the Queen. Oh, but the Mortar logs. That is a huge interaction in our favor. Let's go for the log. Knock the Queen back. Let the King get his ability off right next to the tower. Also huge. Now the Fireball's coming. And we're going to win this matchup against one of the strongest decks inside of Clash Royale, guys. Let's go into the last game for the video. Alright guys, one last match with this awesome deck. If I can, like I do recommend always starting with Miner. You can just Miner the safe square so that they can't really go for a Tornado. And also, of course, go with it like cheap troop to try to support it. Okay, so E-Barbs and Heal Spirit being shown early. I can just go for the Bats here. I also feel the need to log. I maybe don't have to, but I don't want to take any damage if I don't have to. One E-Barb swing is worth more than a Fireball, so... Not too interested in that. This is a great opportunity yet again to go for this, and I will actually Fireball that so that the Barbs can't kill my Mortar, and I might even be able to get a shot. It looks like I will, which is massive. And okay, I'll actually just Miner on defense. We'll block the Bandit and the Ghost with one swoop, and this is very nice for me. Okay, I probably do want to go Skeleton Army here, just to make sure the Bandit doesn't get too much damage. I have to wait for the Heal Spirit, though, otherwise it would kill too many of my Skeletons. He has probably like E-Wiz or Magic Archer. Okay, there it is, Magic Archer. So the classic Bridge Spam probably. And just throwing in the E-Barbs there is a little bit of a gimmick. If I go King, he'll probably play E-Barbs and I can go Bats Log, and we're probably safe. Let's just go here. He probably plays... Yeah, I'm expecting him to just go for E-Barbs. E-Barbs is probably the best play here. I can play Bats when it crosses. There it is. Yeah, he just goes E-Barbs. Very simple. Oh, and wow, we get a shot. We get 2 shots on the tower because it splashes through. That's actually interesting. He might Heal Spirit, though. Yeah, I just do this, block everything, and I can just play Log. And, okay, depending on what he does, I might use my King. Actually, I have to. Yeah, we'll use King. Yeah, so right there, I probably shouldn't give away that shot from the E-Bar, but I don't really have a choice at that point. Here comes the Queen and the Bandit. I will just go Skeleton Army for the Bandit, so maybe he'll expect that. This time I'm just going to go here. I have to block that with a Mortar. That's critical. We have to do that every time, or we will lose the game. Skeleton Army needs to come down now, or we'll again take more damage. I don't think he has a Zap or a Log or anything like that, which does help me in this matchup, so I will say that Skeleton Army is a bit broken here in my favor, especially against the E-Barbs there, right? So everybody knows E-Barbs are kind of a pain. Let's go Miner Bats now. He has Queen, I think. Maybe he has Magic Archer instead. If he plays Magic Archer, I can just Fireball. Wow, he's allowing that damage. That is very incorrect. Don't want to be doing that. Let's go Spear Goblins high, and okay, we want to Fireball this, hit the Magic Archer, of course. Hit the E-barb, also huge. Let's log as well. Make sure extra careful. And okay, let's also miner. Make sure the ghost can't get to my tower. Skarmy is a possibility. You can Skarmy the ghost, but okay, it's going to get a lot of damage, and I would not recommend that in general. Definitely want to be using your miners defensively like that. It's another high-level play that not a lot of players make at a low level. Make sure to be using your miners on defense. It's very critical to do that. Let's go here. Let's take this fireball. We hit a lot of things here, actually. More than you would expect, and we can also just log. We don't take very much damage here, actually, surprisingly. Probably should be taking more than we actually do. Let's go miner. I can fireball, maybe. Yeah, fireball is going to be great in this situation. Fireball, this is critical. Have to be fireballing the magic archer on tower like that, especially if they give you one that close. And okay, yeah, this is a win. What a deck, guys. This deck's awesome to play. Super fun. Really hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, thank you all so much for making this far in the video. I really do appreciate y'all watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to leave the link to my last video over there. And I'm going to link my subscription button right below. Make sure to leave me any sort of suggestions for what you want to see. This deck was sort of brought to you by my Twitch chat tonight. Just recommended that I possibly run this deck in a live game, which seems like a good idea. So for a YouTube video. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.